Here. What's going on, everybody? What is up? Friends, thank you to everyone for joining up in the chat. I greatly appreciate it. We're going to have a great stream today. Type 1 in the chat if you're fucking pumped. All right? Mr. Otter, thank you for the donation already. I really appreciate you guys all coming out. Make sure everyone hits the like button as well. Helps the stream out massively. So, Mr. Otter, thank you for the donation. Higgins, Metcalf, Lazard, Woods, Olave. I'm assuming Mr. Higgins is going to play, and I think Higgins is going to be fine. Obviously, Higgins had a bad game last week, but he did end up getting hurt so early on into the game that I'm not going to allow that to negatively impact me. I'm just going to go ahead and ride with the fact that I think he's a very good player. And then after that, I would probably lean with DK Metcalf. Now, Metcalf is going to be very hit or miss, but we saw from week number 1 with Geno Smith that Geno Smith wants to throw the ball to Mr. Metcalf and throw the ball to Mr. Metcalf a lot. So I'm pretty confident in saying that I think DK Metcalf could have a pretty decent game. So I'm going to go with Higgins and Metcalf. If you're scared of Metcalf, you can go with Olave, but I'm going to go Higgins and Metcalf. Thank you for the super chat. I really appreciate it. Just want to make sure I didn't miss any other super chats, and I'm going to answer everyone's questions. Don't you guys worry. Everyone's typing 1 and yo, so that means everyone's fucking pumped. Yes, sir, baby. 1's in the chat. Thank you again, Mr. Otter. I greatly appreciate it. All right, so some news. I'm going to read off the phone, off the dome table here. J.K. Dobbins out again. Deandre Swift in. Marcus Peters in. Armstead for the Dolphins, left tackle in. Leonard Fournette in. So that's some news. Gabe Davis does not seem to be playing on Monday. So if you have Gabe Davis, I tweeted this out. Follow me on Twitter at NotoriousFantasy. Gabe Davis does not appear to be playing. So what you should be doing is, if you have Gabe Davis, is picking up Isaiah McKenzie. If McKenzie isn't available, pick up Jamison Crowder. If Crowder isn't available, then pick up Kyle Phillips because they play in the same game. I think it's possible Gabe plays, though. What's the name? Stephanie Bell talked about how she doesn't think Gabe Davis is going to play. She works at ESPN, I believe. So that's a little concerning, personally. Thank you. Kavai Vath, I like that nice Minnesota matchup you got there. Thank you very much. If I pronounced your name, I'm sorry. I'm an asshole. We all know that, though. Cole Kmet, Albert O, Taysom Hill. Jameis Winston was cleared to play, so I don't think you should be going with Taysom Hill. Okay, so let's break this down really quick. Cole Kmet, I think, is the riskiest out of the two. Or out of the two of Albert O and Cole Kmet. Albert O seems to be pretty safe right now because of the fact that Russell Wilson really wants to throw the ball to the tight ends. It seems like the game plan in week 1 was to give the ball to every single tight end, and then even the random tight ends that are on the team that aren't even very good. So I would go with Albert O. I think Cole Kmet is going to be a very valuable starter for your fantasy football lineup going forward. It's just that in week number 1 or week number 2, I don't really want to chance it in that game. I'd rather just play Albert O, who I feel very confident in. I think Albert O could find pay dirt multiple times in this matchup due to the fact that it's just an easy matchup that they're in this week. So I'd go with Albert O personally. Deandre Swift, thank you again for the donation. Albert O is your answer. Deandre Swift or Jamal Williams, as the Lions said they'll be taking it easy on him. And I don't believe that. I don't believe they're going to be taking it easy. I think Deandre Swift's still going to be getting the touches that you would want out of a player. So I'm going to play Deandre Swift. And even if they're not running him into the dirt, he's still going to catch enough passes to be valuable. Najee Harris or Chase Edmonds. Let's be honest with you. Najee Harris is a big risk this week. He's a very good player, so he could still get it done, but I think the safest bet is Chase Edmonds. Normally, I'm not much of a safety kind of a guy, but this week, we'll keep it safe. Getting all types of trade offers in these fucking leagues that I'm in here. I'm not trying to make a trade. I'm trying to make sure that I take Julio out of my lineup. Next question here. Pick 2 at flex. Kenyon Drake, Al Robinson, DK. I'd go with Al Robinson and DK. Kenyon Drake seems all right, but nothing special. Sam Motion, thank you for the donation or super chat, whatever you want to call it. Morning King Nick, thank you. I am the king in the north, as they say. Jon Snow type here. Naji or James Robinson, Knox, Higbee, or OJ Rogers or Wentz. Okay, gotcha. I'm not playing OJ Howard. I think OJ Howard's week 1 performance was a fluke. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm very wrong, and OJ Howard is just the second coming fucking Rob Gronkowski, but if I had to bet anything, I would bet that he's not that guy, pal. So I would go with Dawson Knox. Dawson Knox has one bad game. I'm not too worried about one bad game on an offense that's as explosive. And if Gabe Davis is out, then maybe we see even more targets going to Mr. Dawson Knox. So I like Knox. I want Rodgers. And then I am going to go with James Robinson. Again, I think you can play Naji, but I just think James Robinson is safer and they have very similar upsides. So I'm going to go James Robinson, Dawson Knox, and then we're going to go with Mr. Ron Rodgers. Wentz is a pretty decent start this week, but I would prefer Rodgers over him. Just got to put in some player into my flex here. Going to have to go with my boy, Tyler Boyd this week. The fuck? RPC to node fail. What does that even mean? All right, I'm going to have to pull this up on my computer. Fucking sleeper. Okay. Thank you for the donation, though. I really appreciate it. Next question. Citrus Blade. Thank you for the donation, good sir. Do you think Curtis Samuel could have a huge game? Yes, I do. I listed Curtis Samuel as a quote-unquote sit in my start-sit video because I found this problem where if I say that a lot of these guys are starts, that people in the comment section start saying, Nick, you have everyone as a start. So that's why now I've limited the guys that I will state as being starters because I don't want to deal with people in the comment section saying shit like that. So I just go ahead and don't list him as a start. He's one of those fringe start guys. Like he's close to being a top. Am I frozen? Nope, I'm not. He's close to being a top 32 guy in my head. But he just didn't crack the top 32, so he didn't make the video as a start. But I do like Curtis Samuel, and I think he could potentially be in for a big game. So yes, I do think he could be in for a big game. And in a lot of scenarios, I would be starting Curtis Samuel, especially with all the other fucking injuries that have happened in the NFL this week. So I will go ahead and say that that is perfectly acceptable. Next question. So many fucking tight ends on my dynasty roster. All right, the lineup's set. So yeah, Curtis Samuel's fine. Swift or Williams, since they're going to play him cautiously, I'm playing Swift, 100%. I'm 100% playing Deandre Swift. Haha, penis. Very funny. Thank you, penis, for the donation. All right, Robbie Anderson, Lazard, McKenzie, or Devontae Smith. I would go ahead and play. Now, this is a problem because Mr. Ness, Sir Ness, there's a chance that what's it called? There's a chance that Gabe Davis plays, so that kind of hurts your upside of Isaiah McKenzie. So I'm gonna go ahead and play. I think I would go with Robbie Anderson. No, I lied. I'm going Devontae Smith. He had a bad game. He had a bad game week 1, but I'm gonna stick with my rankings and go with Devontae Smith. I don't trust Lazard at all, so he's not even a part of the equation in my head. I'm going to go with Devontae Smith. If he has another bad game, though, Devontae Smith is going to be relegated to being benched every single fucking week. But for right now, we're going to go ahead and play Devontae Smith. Tree Curb 47, thank you for the donation. I see your question down here. Lazard or McKenzie? When it comes to Lazard and McKenzie, thank you for the donation, by the way. I greatly appreciate it. I would go ahead and play Isaiah McKenzie. Even if Gabe Davis plays, which right now seems like a good chance that he doesn't, even if Gabe Davis does end up playing, I would far rather have Isaiah McKenzie than Lazard. I just don't trust Lazard in week number 1. I think he could be the number 1 receiver on the team. I also think he might be the wide receiver number 4 or 5. So I'd rather see Lazard do it on my bench than throw him in there and have him put up a goose egg. So I'm going to go with McKenzie. Thank you again for the donation. Zaid, everyone's dropping Dak Prescott and just streaming quarterbacks. Yes, I would do the exact same thing. So if you need a streaming quarterback, I would suggest Jameis this week. I think Matt Ryan is perfectly acceptable. I also like Wentz a lot this week as well. So Wentz is also a guy that I would potentially look to start. So I hope that helped you. I would just drop, if you can drop Dak Prescott, like if you don't have an IR spot, I'm perfectly fine dropping Dak Prescott because I really don't think he's coming back in 4 weeks. I think that's an insane idea that he comes back in 4 weeks. Thank you for the donation, Ron. Pick one for the flex, Curtis Samuel, Christian Kirk, or wait for Gabe Davis. If Gabe Davis doesn't play, I have McKenzie. That's a fine backup plan. I'm still on, right? It says my connection is unstable. Just make sure we're still going good. Am I good? Okay, we're good, apparently. So I was just making sure. I would play Christian Kirk ahead of Gabe Davis, even though I definitely would prefer to have Gabe Davis if he's healthy, but I think Christian Kirk is significantly better than McKenzie. So I would just go with Christian Kirk since I think Christian Kirk has a lot of upside as well. So my answer is Christian Kirk. Thank you, Ron. Which two would you start? DJ Moore, Mike Evans, and Michael Thomas. I would go with Michael Thomas and DJ Moore. Normally, I'm in love, like in the offseason. I'm not in love in a weird way. Saying, but I was in love in the offseason with Mike Evans. But in this matchup, I think I would definitely prefer to play Michael Thomas and DJ Moore because I just don't think Mike Evans has not been successful up against the Saints in the past. Now, I understand the game isn't played off of what happened in the past, but for me, I would much rather have Michael Thomas and DJ Moore. I think DJ Moore bounces back in a big way this game, and I think Michael Thomas is very safe. Brandon, thank you for the donation. Kenyon Drake or Tony Pollard? I would go with Drake. I don't like Pollard really at all on any given week. This matchup up against the Bengals defense could prove to be tough for this whole offense. I think Pollard's all right, but I think I'd rather go with the upside of Drake because the Dolphins' run defense in the past has sucked. Now, I understand that the Dolphins' run defense looked legitimately good last week up against the Patriots, but I don't think that's the best part of the Dolphins' defense. I'm obviously rooting against Drake because I'm a Dolphins fan, but personally, Nick, you have to actually set your lineup, I'm playing Drake over Tony Pollard. I don't think Drake's going to score like 5,000 points, but I do think that Drake is a better play over Tony Pollard. Thank you for the donation. Antonio Angel, thank you for the donation. Your picture is fire. And there's a fire in the picture. But I'm just talking about just a cool ass picture. And just so you know, you don't have to donate for me to answer your question. I just answer all of the donation questions first. Skips the line. That's just how it works. It would be a dick move, personally, in my opinion, if someone pays for a question to be answered and I don't answer the question. That's just how I see things. And I hope you guys understand that. I appreciate all you guys watching, by the way. It means the world. It's crazy. There's 166 people watching right now across 2 channels. Who do I start at the flex, half PPR? CD, Allen Robinson, Bateman, or Damian Harris? Great question. This is a tough one. CD Lamb is not just risky. He is incredibly risky with Cooper Rush, but we also know that CD Lamb is an incredibly talented player. Allen Robinson has one bad game. People jump ship on him, but he plays Atlanta this week. Bateman goes against the Dolphins, which is a tough matchup. Damian Harris just isn't all that good. So my answer to this question is we're going to ride with Allen Robinson. I'm going to see what happens with CeeDee Lamb in most scenarios and not play him. I think Allen Robinson is going to bounce back. In a lot of scenarios, would I prefer to not have to play Allen Robinson? Of course. But here in this scenario, I'm going to play Allen Robinson up against the Atlanta Falcons defense. That's a really good matchup on paper. He's going to be in a lot of my DFS lineups. Wink, wink, wink to anyone playing DFS. So I'm a big fan of Allen Robinson this week, and that is the player that I'm going to be leaning with. I have a decent amount of confidence in Allen Robinson. Make sure you guys hit the like button. What's up? What's up, Frank? Thank you for the donation. Daniel Carson, Evan McPherson, my old bitch lame, but my young Hoku or Cade York. I'm going to go with Daniel Carlson. I think Daniel Carlson is in for a potential big day up against the Arizona Cardinals. I also like McPherson, so it's very close between the two. But gun to the head, I'm going Daniel Carlson up against the Arizona Cardinals. That's my lean. I don't really want anything to do with Cade York. And Young Hoku, I think, will have a decent game, but I think Carlson does the best out of that grouping. Definitely close between Carlson and McPherson. That's just my lean on things. And I don't know why the fuck my nose is so itchy, guys. Mikael Myers. Is that from the joke or is that your actual name? Because if anyone's seen that like Vine, no, not Vine, a TikTok from like a year ago, Mikael Myers, might be from the joke. Might actually be your name, so I'm not trying to insult your name. That probably came out as like a dick saying. But start 2, sit 1. Hollywood, Deontay and Brandon Cooks. I'm starting Hollywood. I know Hollywood did not have that big game week 1, but I'm buying into Hollywood. I started to buy into Hollywood late in the draft season. I'm all over Hollywood Brown. We're going with him. And then we're going to go with Brandon Cooks. Now, I do prefer to have Deontay Johnson, but I think like season long, I'd rather have Deontay Johnson over Brandon Cooks. But I think this week up against New England, I'd rather play Brandon Cooks because I just think Brandon Cooks is in a better matchup. So I'm going to go Brandon Cooks and Hollywood Brown. Yes, Julio Jones is out. Julio is out. I would go with Brandon Ayuk. And thank you for the donation again, Mikhail Myers, Hollywood, and Brandon Cooks. All right, Josh Jacobs versus the Cardinals. Miles Sanders versus the Vikings. I'm going with Miles Sanders heavily over Josh Jacobs. David Montgomery, Chase Claypool, or Jarvis Landry in the flex. Let's go Jarvis for show. I love Jarvis this week. Big fan of Jarvis. Mag watches. I appreciate the super chat. Let's go Jarvis Landry. For sure. All right, let's go. Go Jarvis by a quarter mile. Pitt had 7 sacks in week 1. Yeah. But they're not without they don't have TJ Watt this week. Mooney or Doolin? Ashton Doolin? I'm going Mooney for sure. Who do I play in place of Kamara? Kamara is out. Michael Carter, Melvin Gordon, Cam Akers. Don't play Cam Akers. We're gonna play Michael Carter. Gage, Higgins, Samuel, Taysom Hill, pick 2. I'm going with Higgins and Samuel. CeeDee Lamb or Elijah Moore, CeeDee Lamb. The GOAT, Tom Brady or Carr, I'm going Carr. Christian Kirk or Curtis Samuel, I'm going Kirk. Would you recommend dropping Ingram and holding Dotson on my bench in case he pops off? I'm not dropping Mark Ingram. Don't drop Mark Ingram. Sit Rashad Master Bateman is not going to get enough targets to justify starting. Miami has only given up 1 touchdown to wide receivers in the past 7 games. Yeah, I think Bateman's going to be fine. But he's far from an ideal like must start guy. Like last week, I was on the must start bandwagon for Rashad Bateman. Thank you, no problem, Joe Goff. Steelers or Cowboys? I'm gonna go with the Steelers. Christian Kirk or Robbie Anderson? We're gonna go Kirk. Julio, A-Rob, Perry Campbell, or Ayuk. I'm going A-Rob. Julio's out. Waddle or McLaurin. And I'll waddle away. Waddle. T. Higgins or Singletary. T. Higgins. I like T. Higgins a lot this week. Rashad Penny or Jeff Wilson. I'm going Jeff Wilson. Waddle, Jeff, Will, Henderson. I'm going Waddle. Do you think I won this trade? I gave Henry, Deontay, and Travis Etienne for Fournette, Diggs, and Ramondre Stevenson. I think that's pretty even. If Fournette isn't seriously hurt, then I prefer the second side. Thanks for the donation, Frank. I appreciate it. Thanks for sharing your perspective. Good luck, all. Thank you very much. I really appreciate that. Good luck to everyone this week. Let's have a great fucking day, baby. Have a great Sunday and then Monday as well, because there's 2 Monday games. And Spock and Ron, make sure I don't miss any donations, and just I should give both of you guys my number, but there's no way to like DM you guys on here. Maybe via email. I can email you guys or something. I'll do that after the stream. Ron, you can just DM me on Twitter if I miss one, because I have my phone open. Laviska Shenault inactive for the 2nd straight week. Laviska, who cares? And then Cardinals D end JJ Watt will play in week 2. Thank you for the super sticker, Ron. I really appreciate it. I don't know what the sticker is, so I'm going to go ahead and move on over to YouTube to find. Is it the dab one? People always send the dab one, which I always find to be funny. Oh, you got it. The dab emoji. This man ain't answering my question. DP, I'm literally trying to answer as many questions as possible. This stream involves me sitting here for an hour and a half, clicking on a million questions while also setting roughly 25 DFS lineups and setting every single fantasy football lineup I have. So it's quite the interesting stream, but I try to answer as many questions as possible. So again, I'm not trying to be a dick. If I don't answer your question, it's not because I don't like you. I like all of you guys. On the waiver, Albert O, Taysom Hill, or Logan Thomas. Who do I pick up? Because Kittle, he's out. Albert O, DP. Albert O. I appreciate all you guys. Make sure you guys do hit the like button on the stream. It's very easy to do, and it helps me out a ton. We have 39 likes on Notorious Fantasy right now. I just liked it. I'm a like whore, you know. I like the likes on my stream. Makes me feel good about myself. 40 likes on there. I really appreciate that. Make sure you guys hit the like button. Packers defense or the Niners? Let's go. Let's go with the Niners. Yeah, and I'm not chasing Taysom either. And Ron's super chat. I'm trying to load that thing in, which is making me lag. Oh, it's the keep it up. I love that one. Flex pick 1, PPR, Elijah Moore, Jarvis Landry without Kamara, Devin Singletary, Isaiah McKenzie. I'm going Landry. I would have played Landry even with with fuck his name with Kamara. So please make sure you guys hit the like button and subscribe if you are new to the channel. Jay, thank you for the donation. Half PPR, Sutton, Judy, Cooks, Hunt, Julio, MT. Holy shit, bro. You have so many players. Julio's out, so I should make that known. I wish I was quicker with making like some type of a bar that says like players that are out. Maybe I'll try to do that next stream. But for now, we'll just have to hit the like button on there because apparently that actually helps, just asking for the like button. But back to the questions. There's a million questions, so we're gonna have to go rapid fire here. Jay, thank you for the super chat. I appreciate it. Sutton, Judy, Brandon Cooks, MT, Hunt, Julio. I'm going to go with Michael Thomas for sure. He's a lock in my lineup this week. I love Michael Thomas. And then I'm going to go with the 2 Denver receivers. This is definitely risky because there's a chance that both of them don't go off. But I think that if you play both of them, there's a very good chance that at least one of them goes absolutely insane. So we're going to go with Sutton, Judy, and Michael Thomas. I think Michael Thomas is a lock in your lineup. I think Sutton's a lock in most lineups. And then we'll go with Jerry Judy. I expect the Broncos to throw more to the receivers in this game. I still like Alberto, but I don't expect it to be like what we saw last week where the tight ends were just having a feast. So Sutton, Judy, MT, thank you for the donation. I really appreciate it. CeeDee Lamb, Brandon Cooks, DJ Moore, Deontay Johnson. I'm going with Cooks, Moore, Johnson. And again, I have to, if your question does get answered, just type it again in the chat because I have to stay closer to the bottom of the chat because there's donations and I want to make sure I answer all the donations. Yin Yang, thank you for the donation, good sir. Brandon Cooks, Brandon Ayuk, Curtis Samuel, Al Robinson, or Ezekiel Elliott. So there are 2 ways to take this question, Mr. Yin Yang. You can either go with Allen Robinson, who's a little more risky, but I personally am confident in, or you can play it safe and go with Curtis Samuel. Now, personally, I'm not about being super safe in fantasy. I don't think you win your league playing super safe. I think the way you win your league is by doing some crazy things that put you to give you an opportunity to potentially smack the shit out of your opponent. So I'm going to go with Allen Robinson. If you want to keep it safe, again, I'm not going to judge you. You can keep it safe. It's your team. You can go with Curtis Samuel, but I'm personally going to go with the extreme upside of Al Robinson up against a bad Atlanta Falcons defense. I'm going with Robinson again. If you want to keep it safe, go Samuel. Don't be playing Zeke or Ayuk, though, in that question. It's either Robinson or Samuel. I go with A-Rob. Jeff Wilson or Michael Carter, we love you. I love you too, man. I love all you guys. Let's go Michael Carter. Nope, I'm going Jeff Wilson. Psych, that's a lie. We're going with Jeff Wilson. Even though Jeff Wilson's a little bit risky, we're going with Jeff Wilson for sure. Thank you for the donation again, Jay. I appreciate it. I'm scared to play Sutton and Judy, but I will. Well, yeah, just do it. I think there's a reason why you drafted them, right? Because they're both very good. So that's my thought process on that. I think Sutton and Judy are both immensely talented. Based off week 1, Judy's the wide receiver number 1, but you don't want to base everything off week 1. You're going to end up looking like an idiot. Winston against the Bucks D or Lance with more rain. Let's go Mets. Let's go Mets, baby. I forgot I was wearing my Mets hat. Let's go Mets. I would go with Lance. I'm not worried about the rain. I don't know if it was Spock that was talking about it in the comment section yesterday. I read a bunch of comments. Again, I try to answer as many questions as possible. It seems like Lance, there is going to be rain, but it's not going to be rain where it's a fucking torrential downpour and they're able to slide across the field like they were. So I would go ahead and go with Lance pretty confidently. Let's see. ETN, Edmonds, Mooney, Pollard, Carter, Stevenson, pick 2. We're going to go with Edmonds and Mooney. I know Spock does not like Mooney at all this week, but I like Edmonds a decent amount up against the Ravens defense. The Ravens defense is heavily banged up, heavily injured. So we're going to go with Mooney or Edmonds because of that. And then we're going to go with Mooney. I understand Mooney didn't have a great game, but again, throw the stats out the window for that game. It was way too rainy. I'm not taking anything from that. We're going Edmonds and Mooney for me. Those are my 2 picks. I appreciate the dick emojis guys are throwing in the chat. Nice cocks here. Pick one. Should I start CeeDee Lamb, Curtis Samuel, Jarvis? I'm going Jarvis. I'm going Jarvis. Thank you again for the donation. I really appreciate it. Happy game day. Chark or Samuel? Let's go Samuel. Dylan or Drake? Dylan. Go Braves. You motherfucker. It's okay. I'm not a huge baseball guy, to be honest with you. Obviously, I'm a big football guy. That's why I talk about football on the internet. Brady or Lance, Deontay or MT, AJ Dillon or MT or Deontay. We're gonna go Lance, go MT, then we're gonna go Deontay in the flex. Russell, thank you for the donation. Nice Giants logo there. A lot of Giants fans in chat, I've noticed. I think we have the Notorious Fantasy, Stochastic Fantasy Football channel, fans of every fucking team, it appears. Fournette, Evans, Hunt, Henderson, PPR. Let's go with Uncle Lenny, even on the injury. We're going to go with Hunt. I think Hunt's going to be seeing a decent amount of dump offs. And then we'll go with Henderson. I don't think Cam Akers has much of an effect on this offense this week. Could Cam Akers eventually take over? Yes, but right now I don't believe so. Henderson, Hunt, Fournette, lock that one in. Yin Yang, thanks, bro. No problem, man. I really appreciate you super chatting. It means a lot. Thank all you guys. Sanders, Swift, or Penny? I'm going with Swift. I'm playing Swift even with the injury. Taysom Hill or Conklin, half PPR tight end. I'm going with Hill over Conklin. And I don't like Taysom Hill at all. Flex, ETN, or Melvin. What's up, Ash? Let's go with Travis Etienne. One last game here. One last ride with ETN. If he has a bad game again, then it's James Robinson's season. Doolin or Campbell? I'd go with Campbell. Wentz or Brady? I'm going with Brady. Demetrius Lloyd, thank you for the donation. Make sure you leave a comment in the chat with your question, unless you already did so, which I'm looking for. I don't see it right now, but leave your question in the chat. I will answer you instantly because you did donate. I appreciate that. Demetrius Lloyd. I don't see a question yet, but I will answer it the second I see it. Russell, thank you for the donation. Make sure you ask a question as well in the chat. I will answer that as well. Oh, here's your question. And then Demetrius, I got you next. Half PPR flex. Need one Higgins, Kirk, Javonte. I have Sunday Lenny paired with JT as my running back too. Ooh. Okay, so you want Lenny and JT, definitely. Don't overthink that. And then your flex, I like all your options, Kirk, Higgins, and Javonte, but I'm going with Javonte. I might have been wrong on Javonte. I'm perfectly accepting of being wrong in the offseason, right? I stick in my ways. I like Melvin Gordon, but Javonte seems to be heavily used. I'm going with Javonte Williams as my flex. I love this matchup for Williams. I think he is going to have an excellent day today up against the Texans. So we're going to ride with Javonte Williams. I really appreciate the super chat. Javonte Williams. Demetrius Lloyd, flex, Debo, Michael Thomas, Judy, Austin Eckler, Connor Patterson. Let's go with, oh man, one wide receiver, two running backs, two flex. Okay. Wait, hold up. Wide receiver 1 and 2, running back 1 and 2, flex. So you got Debo, Michael Thomas, Judy, Eckler, Connor Patterson. So I would go with Debo. I would go with Michael Thomas. You already played Eckler, I assume. And then I would go with James Conner. I hope that answered your question. If I didn't answer correctly, Demetrius, please ask again in the chat because I might not have understood that correctly. And as you guys know, I am a bit of an idiot in the morning. So I hope I answered your question correctly. If you want me to just rank them real quick in order of which ones I view the highest, I would have played Eckler as 1. Number 2 would be Debo. 3 would be Michael Thomas. 4 would be Judy, then Connor, then Patterson. Again, just ask again in the chat if I didn't answer that correctly. Getting a lot of super chats. Thank you, guys. I love Matty Ice. Stick with him or stream Danny Dimes or Baker. Or I have Matty Ice. I'm playing Matty Ice even without Michael Pittman. I think Matty Ice is in for a pretty big game. Even without Pittman, they have a decent amount of receivers there. They have a decent amount of receiver depth, and they have Jonathan Taylor. So we're going to go with Matty Ice. I think Baker's going to have a decent game, but I'm going with Matty Ice. We are getting so many questions, guys. Shane Howard. Nick, what's up, Go? Thank you. What's up, Shane? Pick 2 to start. A-Rob, Nicholas Chubb, Adam Thielen. Let's go Adam Thielen. I think Adam Thielen bounces back after a subpar performance, and then we're going to go with 9-inch Nicholas Chubb. Oh, I answered your question correctly, Demetrius, so feels good. So Thomas over Judy? Yes, I would go with Michael Thomas over Judy. And then I'm going Nick Chubb and A-Rob, and Adam Thielen, I should say. Sorry, Nick Chubb and Adam Thielen. I like A-Rob slightly more than Adam Thielen, but I think Adam Thielen's significantly safer, and they have the same exact upside. So I like that matchup, too, for Minnesota. So Adam Thielen and 9-inch Nicholas Chubb. Mag watches. Thank you again. Lazard or Thielen? Definitely going with Thielen. I would rather have Lazard have this explosive performance on my bench than have Thielen in my lineup being absolute, or than have Lazard in my lineup doing absolute dog shit, because I think it's also potential that he completely shits the bed. So we're going to go with Thielen over Lazard very heavily. Really appreciate you guys. Al Robinson or Bateman? I'm going with A-Rob. Miles Sanders or Pollard in the flex? I'm going to go with Miles Sanders over Pollard very heavily. I don't really want anything to do with Pollard right now. So Miles Sanders over Pollard in half PPR. On full PPR, it's the same answer. Same with standard. I'd rather have Sanders. So some quick injury updates here. Let's go with, and I'll just read these off here. Read off the injury updates. So Miles Sanders, for sure, over Pollard. Read off the updates for all you guys. Swift officially active. That's it. That's the only update that was actually notable out of everything that I had. So Swift is in. All right. Chase Claypool or Landry? Landry. A-Rob, Bateman, Gordon, Penny. Pick one. I'm going with A-Rob. Notorious. What's up, Raymond? Jerry Judy or CeeDee Lamb? Jerry Judy. Full PPR, Bengals. Our defense, Saints, Packers, Browns, Bengals. Bengals. Juan, thank you for the donation. Jeff Wilson or Allen Robinson? I'm going with Allen Robinson. I'm going to keep telling you guys to play Allen Robinson. This might be a hit or miss. Robinson is risky. I also think Jeff Wilson's pretty risky. He's definitely safer than A-Rob, but I'm going A-Rob. For sure, definitely going to play A-Rob. Taste the Skittles. What's up, my man? Pick one running back, one flex, one wide receiver, full PPR. Swift, Henderson, Kareem Hunt. Wait for Gabe Davis or Brandon Cooks, Landry. I'm not waiting for Gabe Davis with this question, so we're going to go Swift. We're going to go Henderson, and then we're going to go with Brandon Cooks. Michael Thomas, Samuel, as Pittman is out, Michael Thomas. Michael Thomas for sure. Next question. Derrick Henry, Miles Sanders, Montgomery, AJ Dillon, Hollywood. Pick 3. We're going with Derrick Henry, Dillon, and Miles Sanders. Thank you. No problem, brother. Need flex, ETN, Mooney, Curtis Samuel, half PPR. Let's go Mooney. Do I start Swift or put in Cortland Sutton? I'm playing Swift. Hey, Nick, what's up? What's up, Jeffrey? Thank you for the donation. Hunt or Patterson, Zeke or Henderson? Let's go with Hunter Patterson. I'm going Patterson. I'm riding with the train, even up against the Rams. And then we have Zeke or Henderson. We are going with Darrell Henderson heavily over Zeke. Hunt and Patterson are close. I go Patterson. Zeke or Henderson, miles away. I'm going Henderson. Jeff Wilson, Mooney, or Waddle? Waddle. You playing Swift or Williams? I'm playing Swift. Locking in with Swift. I'm in a deep league. Hurst, Njoku, or Logan Thomas? I'm going Hurst. Thoughts on DJ Moore this week? I think he bounces back. One bad game isn't going to sway me. Zeke, Ingram, or Penny? Ingram. CD or Ayuk at flex? CD. Joe Shiesty, or Russell Wilson? I'm going Russell Wilson. Everyone hit that like button. That's a fact. Hurts or Stafford? I'm going Hurts. Swift or Amon-Ra? We're going with Swift. No, actually, I'd go Amon-Ra. Devontae Smith or Dotson or Dortch? Let's go Dotson. I kind of actually, no, we're going Smith. I kind of like Dortch, though. Kind of like Dortch. Liking Dortch a little. Ozzy. Edmonds or ETN? Ozzy, thank you for the super chat. We're going Edmonds heavily over ETN. I'm not very confident in ETN. I'm still playing him if I had him, but not super confident in him. So we're going to go with Chase Edmonds by a quarter mile. 26 more likes till 100. Keep hitting that. Yeah, make sure you guys hit that like button on both streams. Waddle or CD? We're gonna go with Waddle. Murray or Burrow? I'm going Murray. You liking Henderson over Kareem? What's the reasoning? I just think Henderson has more upside because Kareem has Chubb. Henderson does not appear to have Akers that could spell him. Devin Duvernay, Zay Jones, or Donovan Peoples-Jones. I would take the shot on DPJ personally. Kyler Murray or Lamar? I'd go with Lamar, even though I hope he sucks today against the Dolphins. Ryan or Singletary or Wilson as my super flex. Matt Ryan, you always want to, or unless that's Russell Wilson, you want Russell Wilson in there. ETN, DK, or Lazard, backpack and guitar emoji. Let's go with let's go ETN. No, let's go DK. Patterson or Zeke. Patterson. DJ Chark or Curtis Samuel. I'd go Curtis Samuel. Be patient with Ertz if you have him. Zach Spurts was getting 7.8 targets per game after he joined Arizona over 17-game season, which would have been second in the league behind Mark Andrews. Yeah, I'm fine waiting on Ertz. Like he didn't have a great game week 1, but I'm thinking he's still a reliable starter every week. All right. ETN over Devontae Adams is my RB2. If not, ETN is RB2. Allen Robinson or ETN is the flex. Okay, I'm playing Swift. I have to play Deandre Swift. There's no way I'm sitting him even on one fucking leg. I'm playing Deandre Swift. So let's go with Swift. And then we're going to go Allen Robinson over ETN. Again, I understand Robinson had one bad game, but I'm not panicking, Marco. You're going Swift, and then you're going to play Allen Robinson. That is my answer there. So that's what we're doing here. So again, help dad. That's funny. So we're gonna go Swift and then Robinson, Marco. Help dad. Do I start Allen Robinson or London? I am playing Allen Robinson. Again, we're gonna keep. Later, everyone. Good luck. See you, Brian. Claypool or Anderson? We're gonna go Anderson. Ayuk or Henderson? No, Ayuk or Thielen. Sorry, Thielen. Drake or Myers? I'm going Myers. Edmonds or Taysom? We're going Edmonds. Swift or Chubb? Swift. Knox or Alberto? Knox. Knox or Alberto, the same question twice from two different people, which is just crazy. We're going to go with Knox again. Derrick Henry or Carson Wentz. I'd go with Henry. Kirk or Najee Harris. Going to go with Kirk. Sutton or Michael Thomas. Michael Thomas. Good luck, everyone. PPR, Wilson, ETN, Gordon, Stevenson. Assume that's Garrett Wilson. We're going to go. Oh, Jeff Wilson. Jeff Wilson. Go Jeff Wilson. That's who it is. Hunter, DK. Hunter, Penny, Hunt. Drake London or Gage. Miles Sanders or Edmonds. I would go with Edmonds. Jeff Wilson, yeah. Carr or Kyler. I'd go with Kyler. Taysom or Patterson. Kamara out. Gordon, Herbert. Hollywood Brown, the flex. Hollywood. Would you start CD as wide receiver 2? Yes, but he's far from ideal. Jameis Winston is back in, officially active. Amon Ra or Deontay Johnson. Amon Ra. 14 team pick 2. Thank you for the donation. Melvin, I believe is how you'd pronounce that. 14 team PPR, 2 flexes. ETN, more Bateman. So we're going to have to play Bateman in this scenario. I'm not in love with Bateman this week up against the Dolphins defense, but I'm going to go with Bateman. So we're going to go Bateman, and then we are going to go ETN. I'm going to be honest with you. I'm trying to stay clear away, so far away from the Jets offense. So we're going to go with Bateman and ETN. I just think that's your best bet here. Thank you for the super chat. John Carrier with the donation. Standard league, need 2. Henderson, Zeke, Rashad Penny, Jeff Wilson. Henderson, lock that motherfucker in. I love Henderson this week. Maybe I'm duped by the fact that Cam Akers is just going to come out and carry the rock 25 times. But frankly, I don't see that happening. So we're going to go with Darrell Henderson. And then we are going to go with Jeff Wilson Jr. Thank you for the donation. Shark or CeeDee Lamb? Lamb. Do I trust Joe Burrow this week or should I pick up a flyer? Go with Joe Shiesty. Even in that awful game Joe Burrow had, he still played well. Chase Claypool or Renfro? Renfro for me. Who should I start? Goddard or Taysom Hill? Goddard. I think people are sipping the Kool-Aid on Goddard. I mean, on Taysom Hill. Not on Goddard. I really like Goddard. All right, so we've reached that point in the show where I'm now going to have to start putting in DFS lineups. Alrighty. Let's ride, baby. Next question. Are Naji and Swift still starts? Naji is not a start. Like he's a start, but he's not an ideal start for me. I would rather play Swift over Naji. Personally, I'm much more confident in Swift over Naji. Thank you. No problem. Patterson or Judy? I'd go Judy. Just making sure I didn't miss anything. Two full PPR, Gage, London, Dotson, Thielen or Dotson. All right, so I'm going Thielen, and then I'm going Dotson. Kamara is out. Winston, 4 fractures. Start Taysom at tight end. Dude, Winston's fine. Winston is playing with 4 fractures in his back, and he's in a lot of pain. There's no risk of further damage, and he's wearing pads to protect the area. He's going to be fine, man. I'm not worried. I'm not panicking. Not at all. Legendary 1, thank you for the donation. Flex 1, Scary Terry, Antonio Gibson, or Robbie Anderson. Look, I don't like Antonio Gibson, but he's definitely significantly safer than Scary Terry right now. So we're gonna go Gibson. Thank you for the donation, Legendary 1. I appreciate it. And my boy Rubio, thank you for the donation. I greatly appreciate that. Moss, Woods, Collins, Richie J. Let's go with Woods. Out of that grouping, I think Woods has the most upside. Richie James is all right, but Tony is playing. Nico Collins is like a okay start. Moss is like, I don't know. I just think Woods is the safest out of that group, and I think maybe Woods has a bigger game. Like the Titans really struggled last week. I don't see that really happening. They're playing the Bills, so it's gonna be tough, but I think they look better. So we're to go with Woods personally, Rubio. Jeff Wilson, Allen Robinson, London. I'm gonna go with Allen Robinson. Bateman or Ingram, I'd go with Ingram. ETN or Hines, I would go with ETN. Higgins or Sutton, I'd go Higgins. MT or Hunt at the flex. Thoughts on Swift week 2? Thank you, Josh, for the donation. I would personally be perfectly fine starting Swift. Yeah, I got Legendary 1's question. I could repeat it again if he wasn't here to hear it, but I can repeat it. But I did get to his question. Thoughts on Swift week 2? I like Swift a lot personally. I think he's going to be just fine. Well, maybe they'll put him on some reduced rushing count, but I still think he's going to see a decent amount of dump off. So I'm good playing Swift. And then MT or Hunt, I would definitely lean with Michael Thomas over Hunt. Again, I'm all in for this big game out of Michael Thomas this week. So Michael Thomas over Hunt, and I'm good with Swift. And then Legendary 1's answer is Antonio Gibson. Myers or James Robinson, 2 flex PPR. I'm going with James Robinson. Carter or ETN, ETN. Pick 2, Hunt, Zeke, Monty, and Hunt. Pollard or Brees, I'd go Pollard. ETN, Henderson, Bateman, I'm going Henderson and Bateman. Thoughts on Mike Evans today? I don't love Mike Evans. I'm playing him. I think I have him in a league, and he's in my lineup, but that's just because what else can you do, right? Evans is a good player, so he could still realistically get it done. I'm just not super confident that he actually will be able to. Thank you for the donation, John Carrier again. Should I start Logan Thomas or Dawson Knox? Should I start Curtis Samuel or Allen Robinson? Great questions here. So Logan Thomas looked pretty good in week 1. I would go with Dawson Knox, though. I know Knox had a bad game, but at the end of the day, I'm not going to anticipate Dawson Knox just shitting the bed every single game going forward. So we're to go with Dawson Knox and then Curtis Samuel or Allen Robinson. I think Samuel is certainly safer, but again, I don't play fantasy football to play the safest player. I play fantasy football for the upside, and I think Allen Robinson has more upside. If you want to play Samuel to be safe, go ahead, but I'm going Allen Robinson and Dawson Knox, Njoku or Taysom Hill. I'm going with Taysom Hill. Sutton or MG3 at the flex, full PPR. Thank you, Uncle Mike. I would definitely go ahead and go with Sutton by a relatively wide margin, personally. A relatively wide margin. Looking like Greg Dortch season this week, guys. We're going with Sutton. All right. I got to put some of these lineups in. Sutton over MG3 for sure. What's up, bro? Fins up. Need one. Cordero Patterson or Hunt. I'm going with Patterson. Joey B, thank you for the donation. Full PPR of Gabe Davis is game time scratch. Who's better insurance, McKenzie or Crowder? McKenzie for sure. I like Crowder a decent amount, and I did like him in the offseason, but it appears that McKenzie is going to be the one playing more time in the game. So I would just say McKenzie is definitely the better insurance policy would be McKenzie personally. So that's how I see it. McKenzie. Legendary one again, I would go with Taysom Hill. Thank you. No problem, Uncle Mike. Your boy Javi. Evans, Kirk, Johnson, Cooks, D3. I'm going with the last three. Cash, Kennedy, Beats, full PPR, Flex, Zeke, Landry, Ingram, Mooney. Let's go with Landry for sure. I really like Landry's matchup. I think he could have a really big game, so we're going to go with Landry. All right. 1 second, guys. Got one thing right. Let's go with Landry for sure. I'm very confident in Landry this week. Mariota or Winston? I'm playing Winston, dude. Winston's a dog, even with the injury. Going famous Jameis Winston. All right, let's try to get these lineups in for DraftKings here. The biggest struggle about me being a streaming extraordinaire that I also have to set my lineups while talking. Okay. Pick 2. Metcalf, Penny, McLaurin, Dotson. I'm going with McLaurin and Metcalf. Broncos or Bengals defense, Broncos. Wentz or Stafford, Stafford. Patterson, Henderson, Chase Edmonds, Najee Harris, Patterson. Actually, I'd go Henderson. Swift, Chubb, or Waddle. I'm going with. Oh, dude, that's stacked, Rick. That's stacked. We're going with. We're going with Swift. Drake or Wilson. I'm going with Wilson. Ayuk or Claypool. We're going Claypool. St. Brown, DJ Moore, or Henderson. St. Brown. Damn, you guys have some good ass teams. Edmonds, Singletary, or Hunt. Let's go with Hunt and Edmonds. What's up? What do you guys think I should start? Brady or Wentz? Definitely go with Brady. Zero Destroyer. Zeke, Pollard, or ETN is the RB2. I'm going with ETN. Pollard, Pierce, Wilson, or Carter. Pick one. I'm going to go Jeff Wilson. I'm going to 10-man full PPR quarterback, 1 Hurts, running back Kamara. Aaron Jones. No, you don't need to trade for a star running back with that team. You're fine. One bad week from Kamara being out is fine. Ramondre Stevenson or Bateman, St. Brown, DJ Moore, or Henderson, St. Brown. Akers or Pierce. I'm going with Pierce for sure. Start 1 full PPR, Mooney, Elijah Moore, Patterson, Williams. I'm going with Patterson. Hunt, Dillon, Edmonds, or Penny. Let's go with Dillon. Higbee or Taysom Hill. Let's go with Higbee. Let's go with Higbee for sure. Let me put some of these fucking lineups in to the old DraftKings here. Patterson or Henderson? Henderson and Patterson are so close. I would probably go Henderson. DJ Chark or Landry for sure. Michael Carter or Brandon Cooks. Komet or Tunyon. Komet. Hey man, love the content. Would you start Russell Gage with no Godwin, Julio, or Darnell Mooney? Higbee had 11 targets last week. Yes, he did. Patterson or Henderson? Henderson and Patterson are so close. I'll tell you Henderson. I might tell you Patterson if you ask later. I'd go Henderson right now off the top of my head. Thank you for the super sticker, legendary one. I appreciate it. All right. Taysom Hill or Knox. I'm going Knox. Hunt or Curtis Samuel or Cooper or Mike Evans. Curtis. I would go with Kareem Hunt and Knox. Darrell Henderson, J. Rob, Deontay Johnson, Michael Carter, Edmonds. We're going DJ and Henderson. For sure. Faux show. Hello. From the windows to the wall, to the sweat drip down my balls, to all them females, Carl. Oh, ski, motherfucker. All right, sorry. 127 Entertainment. Perry Campbell with Pittman/Pierce out or Duvernay. Is Damian Pierce? I mean, Alec Pierce is out? Since when? Alec Pierce, Roto World. Now, Alec Pierce is making good progress. Okay, so he is out. You're right. You're right. You're right. I'm a dummy. Um, I would go with Pittman, and then I'm going with McKenzie. Pittman, not Pittman. I mean, I meant to say I'm going with Perry Campbell, and I'm going with McKenzie. I apologize for that. I thought Pierce was out, but I wanted to verify. I don't remember reading that and being like, wow, that's something very important for me to remember. So we're going to go with Campbell, and then we're going to go McKenzie. Mac, thank you for the donation. Hines, Mooney, or Gage, thanks for telling me to sit MVS. Did I tell you to start him last week? Is that a prank? Did I tell you to start him? Hines, Mooney, or Gage. I would go personally with Mooney. I think Mooney has a bounce back game. Zeke or Jacoby Myers. Jacoby Myers. Terry McLaurin or Michael Thomas. Michael Thomas. B. Sayek, Robinson, Wilson. Oh, you were answering a question. I was about to say. Sorry if this was already answered. I wasn't paying attention. Where's your question? I don't even see it. Oh, here it is. DJ Moore, Michael Thomas, A. Rob. I'd go with the first two. A. Rob or A. Rogers or Cousins. I'm going with Cousins. Cousins, baby. So many fucking text messages. I'm getting so many text messages. That's one thing about Sunday. You get a million people. All my friends text me. Nick, who should I start? That's what they sound like in my head, you know? That's not what you guys sound like. You guys sound like deep voice, you know, not the child voice that I use for my friends, you know. Pick one. Thielen, Patterson, London. We're going Patterson. James Robinson, Damian Harris, McKenzie if Davis is out. Let's go J-Rob. Campbell or Dortch? Dortch. Zeke, Lazard, or Drake? Drake. Thoughts? Overall with Chark this season. I like Chark a lot. I'm just a little bit worried about just worried about fuck. I'm just worried about when Jameson Williams comes back. That's a slight worry of mine. Slight worry of mine. Don't forget to like the video. Legendary one. Can you send the question again? I answered it, but I forgot what it was already. Trey Lance or Tua? Let's go Lance for show. Would you start Brady or stream a better option? I'm playing Brady. Yeah, I think Lance is. I don't think Lance is as much of a mystery maybe as you do, but I don't think he's like the safest option ever. Darnell Mooney or Elijah Moore? Darnell Mooney. Duvernay or Dotson? Let's go. Let's go Dotson. Wentz or Lance? I'm going Lance. I'm going Lance. I just said Wentz. I'd combine their names in my head. My brain is officially. I'm in CTE City without actually having CTE. That's what happens when you're a professional streamer like myself. Your brain just turns off. Wait, taking a picture of my screen right now. I hope you guys smiled for that photo I just took you guys. That was fucking funny. Probably not. Brandon Cooks or Rashad Master Bateman. We're going Cooks. Ayuk or Bateman. Bateman. Hill over Komet. No, I'd play Komet over Hill and Alberto over Hill. Sorry I didn't hear you. It's okay. Go with. I would not start Lazard over Zeke and Drake. I would start Drake. Drake. Landry or Chark? Oh, Landry. Sorry, legendary one. Landry by a quarter mile. Drake. Oh man, I fucking make myself chuckle. Yo, guys, if Derek Carr sucks absolute donkey cock this week, guys, you might not see me next week. The bookie's gonna slaughter me out back. Leave me in the ditch. It'll be a tough scene. 365. Damn, she's fine. Thielen or AJ Dillon? Thielen. Sutton and Higgins. Lamar or Burrow? Uh, I'd go Burrow. Lazard or Bateman? Bateman. MT or AJ Dillon? MT. Michael fucking Thomas. Paris Campbell is such a fucking YOLO play this week, but I'm gonna play him. 'Cause you only live once. That's the motto, as they say. You only live once. That's the motto. All right. Gabe Davis might not play. Isaiah McKenzie or Mooney? Let's go with Isaiah. Let's go with Mooney. I'm still fine playing Mooney. Dak Prescott's 4 to 6 weeks timeline. All right, whatever. That has nothing to do with anything. Okay. Thielen or Jeff Wilson, full PPR. Thanks, my guy. I'm playing Thielen this week. I'm still pretty confident in Adam Thielen. I think Adam Thielen has a pretty decent game. So, again, I don't want to overreact to week one and fully panic. So, we're just not going to do that. We're just not going to panic, guys. No need to panic. Don't worry. Be happy, as they say. Greg Dortch. We're going Thielen. Broncos or Rams? Broncos. Gibson or Swift? Swift. Naji, Henderson, Jacobs, Henderson, and Naji. Cousins or Lance? Cousins. Ayuk or Mooney? Mooney. Etienne, Hines, or Gordon? I'm going Etienne and Gordon. Full PPR, choose two. I'm going with Ingram and Alan Lazard. Edmonds, Etienne, Lazard, Edmonds. Henderson or Gibson? Henderson. Brandon Cooks. Oh, ski. God damn. Good start and good luck today. Drop a like, fellas. Thank you. Glad you guys enjoyed. Tua or Brady? Brady. Thank you. Lazard or A-Rob? A-Rob. I definitely play Brady over Tua. Even though I love my guy, Tua. Tua for life, as they say. Trying to find some lineups without Derek Carr. But it seems like Derek Carr is absolutely popping right now in the stochastic algorithm. Make sure you guys check out Underdog Fantasy. I forgot to do that ad read. So Underdog Fantasy offers best ball contests. If you guys know what best ball is, or if you don't know what it is, best ball is basically like your redraft league, but you don't have to set your lineup. You don't have to do waivers. You don't have to do trades. And they have a $10 contest that closes in week number 6. If you play in that, it's only $10, $100,000 to first place. If you use promo code Stochastic, you'll get a $100 first match deposit bonus. So you deposit $100, they will give you an additional $100 Rooskies for absolutely free. So make sure you guys do check that out. It's very fun. I love best ball. I did a bunch of drafts in the offseason, and I'm planning on doing even more during the season when I have some free time next week. And Skoranek season this week as well. All right. Michael Thomas, Miles Sanders, or Michael Thomas, Miles Sanders, and tight end. Sorry. I would go with Knox, and I would go with Michael Thomas. Sorry about that. I had an absolute brain fart while I was talking to you. Michael Thomas and Dawson Knox for me. I think Higbee will be decent. David Montgomery or Cordero? Cordero. Henderson, AJ Dillon, or Singletary? Let's go with Henderson. Let's go with Henderson. The windows to the wall. I don't know why that song is stuck in my head. I DJ'd last night for my block party on my block where I live. I played that song, and now it's just stuck in my head. Kumo G. Flex PPR, Gabe Davis, Drake London, Jeff Wilson. Thank you. No problem. Gabe Davis, I just read a report that he could play, but it seems doubtful. So you're not really in a position unless you can pick up McKenzie to actually have Davis locked in. So I would just go with Jeff Wilson again. I think he is somewhat risky, but I'm going to end up playing him. I think he's going to be just fine. So let's go with Jeff Wilson. I think Wilson will be pretty decent in that game. Again, without what's his name? Fuck. Without Elijah Mitchell. Sorry guys, my brain farted. Elijah Mitchell. I think that Wilson's in a really good spot. Rank these running backs for today. Will do. Zeke, Harris, Edmonds. Edmonds at the top, the tippy top here. The tippy top. Below, we got Zeke. Below that, we got Harris. But actually, it should be like Edmonds up here, and then Zeke, and then Harris. So that's kind of just how I feel in things. A-Rob is a start for me, yes. Robbie Anderson, Mark Ingram, or Rashad Bateman. Let's go Ingram. Dylan, Henry, Robinson, Naji, pick 3. Dylan, Henry, Robinson. These injuries are hurting my soul, yeah, dude. They're hurting my soul, too. Lance or Tua? Lance. No, you won't break my soul. All right. It's time to get sexy here, guys. Higgins, Hollywood, or Curtis? Higgins. Would you go Hill or Njoku? I'd go Hill. Ingram or Jeff Wilson? Let's go with Ingram. James Robinson or Chase Edmonds? Edmonds. What's up, Nick? How are you doing on this beautiful Sunday morning? I'm doing great. Doing great, Paulie Chips. Sanders or Edmonds? I'm going Edmonds. Ingram or Jeff Wilson? I'm going Ingram. Boys, I'm fucking... Maybe there's a woman watching, but I'm fucking starving right now. I need to do a better job of eating prior to these streams. All right, let's lock this again. Colts or Bills? Let's go. Oof. Let's go Bills. No, actually, let's go with the Colts. Sorry. James Robinson or Josh Jacobs? I'm going Jacobs. Chase or Debo? I'd go with Chase. Carter or Gordon? Carter. Help one flex full PPR. Landry. And then Knox over Higbee. Antonio Gibson or Harris? Antonio Gibson. Thank you for the donation, Roy. Full PPR, Myers or Chark, Penny or Montgomery. I'm going to go with Montgomery. I think Montgomery's a little safer than Penny. Both not the most ideal matchups, but I would go Montgomery. And then Myers or Chark, I'm going to go with Myers. Myers had a bad game, but I think he could bounce back this week up against the Steelers. Gabe Davis suffered an ankle sprain on a non-contact play in practice yesterday. Team's not rolling him out, but they're hoping. But he's very much in question to play. Type in too fast. Let's go with Myers and Montgomery for show. Faux show, Roy. Start Renfro, yes. Boyd or Landry, I'd go Landry. Waddle, Metcalf, Kirk, pick 2. Waddle and Kirk. Penny or Dylan, I'm going Dylan. Nick, how your team's looking this week? Frankly, they're not looking the best. There's a decent amount of injuries to the squads, but we're going to bounce back. We're going to eat regardless here. We're going to have a great game. We're going to have a great showing. Let's get fucking pumped, baby. We're going to have a great game. We're going to eat, baby. Let's ride. All right. Bucks or Broncos? Broncos. Penny or Gordon? Going to go with Penny. Swift is fine to start. Let's go with Drake over Pollard. Deontay Johnson or DJ Moore? DJ Moore. Renfro or Deontay Johnson? Deontay Johnson. Ravens, Pitt, Giants, New England D. Let's go with Pittsburgh. Can't be starting against the Dolphins, man. Not the Ravens. The Ravens defense is banged up, guys. I talked about this a little bit earlier, and I know not everyone is here from the beginning of the stream, so he is looking looking a little banged up, so I wouldn't tell you that it's the best idea to pull Ravens defense this week. Dorch. You don't like the Saints against Brady? No, I don't. Because Brady normally bounces back after awful losses. Now, again, I could be wrong that he just plays amazing, but or he plays bad, but normally he bounces back. Rashad Penny over Burkhead? Yes. Gibson, Hollywood, or Curtis Samuel? Gibson. Penny or more? Thank you for the donation. Aaron or Aaron? I assume your actual name is Aaron. I just thought it was funny. Julio is inactive, which I already knew. All right, so let's go with Penny over Moore. I just don't want to play Moore, dude. The Jets' fucking offense just absolutely stinks. So I don't want anything to do with them. So we're going to go the other way there. And we're going to go with that. Penny or Moore, I'm going with Penny. We're fading away from the Jets. Once Zach Wilson gets back, then yeah, maybe we're going to be back on the bandwagon. Choo-choo. But for right now, we're staying away. Staying alive, staying alive. Ah, 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 ah. All right, fine. All right. You guys are having a great stream. Enjoyment of this stream. That's what I meant to say. Penny. We're going Penny. Sleeper defenses. Sleeper defenses. I there really aren't sleeper defenses, but if I had to guess one defense that I think could be a sleeper this week, we're gonna go with. I like the Dolphins defense a lot, but they're not really a sleeper. I think the Giants defense could be a sleeper this week. We'll go with the Giants, but I don't advise playing them. But yeah, they are a sleeper. Albert Aquabonum. PPR, Dalton Schultz or Higbee. Two are Winston. Mike Evans or Higgins. Pitts or Cowboys D, Pitts. Hollywood or Perry Campbell, Hollywood. Kenyon Drake, no Dobbins, Flexworthy. Drake's okay. Not a guy I'm smashing. Pause, but a guy that I would be fine playing. Judy or Penny, we're going with Judy for sure. Browns or Bengals? Browns. Mooney, Cooper, Pierce, Burkhead, Mooney and Cooper. Don't drop Pierce, guys. Pierce, I think he's going to be in for a good spot going forward. I just right now, he's not the most ideal. Just how I kind of feel on things. Eagles defense or Bucks? Let's go with the Bucks. Thank you, no problem. Dash cams of America. Do you post videos of dash cams? Those shits are so funny. Pause, yeah. Got to pause on that one. Giants or Eagles? I go with the Giants. The main band of rain started in here. It could be gone by noon. The Niners game should be fairly rain-free, likely occasional sprinkles at most. Yeah, that's what I was reading. I know a lot of people panicked because of what happened last week, but I wouldn't worry too much. Richie James. Hill or Evans? I'm going Hill. Thank you for being here for us on this beautiful Sunday morning. Thank you very much. You are number one prostitute in all of Kazakhstan. Wow. I like my wife. All right. Idiots in car dash cam videos rule. Yeah, those videos are fucking hilarious. I watch those all the time. Normally like at night when there's nothing to do, I'll just watch a nice dash cam video. They always make me chuckle. Guys, I have playing Devontae Adams in all of my DFS lineups, so if Devontae Adams plays terrible today, you know who to blame. You know who to blame, guys. Schultz or Fryermuth? We're going Schultz. Cousins, Ka, or Brady? Let's go Brady. Nope, psych, we're going Cousins. I lied. Actually, I lied again. It's Carr. Bengals versus Dallas or Packers versus Chicago. Thanks, Nick. No problem. To be honest with you, I think I want to go with I want to go with the Bengals. The Bengals are very chalk. I have the Bengals in a lot of my DFS lineups, but I think the Bengals are pretty solid this week. I think the Packers are all right too, but I'd probably lean with the Bengals. The Bengals were one of my favorite streaming defenses for the week, so we're gonna go with them. We're gonna go with them. Okay. 365. Damn, she's fine. Back here. Swift over Jeff Wilson for sure. Cooks, Gibson, and Waddle. Browns defense or Buccaneers defense. Let's go with Gibson and Waddle, and then the Browns defense. Wentz or Stafford? We're gonna go with Stafford. Judy, Amon-Ra, Waddle. We're gonna go Judy and Amon-Ra. Dylan or Melvin Gordon. We're gonna go with Dylan. Rodgers or Russ? Russ. Deontay Johnson or Edmonds? Johnson. I just pulled Kamara out of 5 lineups. Glad I drafted good benches. Yeah. If I had Kamara on my teams, I'd be crying right now because I did these like that hero running back strategy that I was really talking about like all off season. I actually do that. When I talk about a strategy, I actually utilize it. So we could be in for a bad spot here, but if I had Kamara, but I don't have too much Kamara. McLaurin or Thielen, Henderson or Dylan, thank you for the donation. Die Glasser. Let's go with Henderson for sure. And then we're going to go McLaurin. McLaurin just was not targeted for some absolutely absurd reason. But we're going to go with McLaurin. He still scored last week. So we're going to go McLaurin and then we're going to go with Henderson. Thank you for the donation. I greatly appreciate that. Hope Drake London has a good game, guys. Need a nice Drake London performance here. Big Dorch. All right. Thank you again, McLaurin and Henderson. Thank you for the donation, J86TN. Let's go with James Robinson or Allen Robinson, Flex Standard League. I like Allen Robinson, to be honest with you, but in a Standard League, I'd rather go with the running back. So we're going to go James Robinson over Allen Robinson for me personally. That's how I lean on things. Allen Robinson. I'd go James Robinson for this one. You got 2 Robinsons. Beat the Robinsons. That'd be a good team name for your team, even though it's probably fucking the most overused fancy name ever. All right. Allen Robinson for me. I mean, James Robinson for me. Sorry, I don't want to fucking confuse you. Don't want to confuse you. Swift. Rex Burkhead, Robbie Anderson, DPJ, Anderson. Dylan or Gordon, Dylan. Kareem Hunter, Patterson, Henderson or Connor. Wilson, Etienne, Elliott. We're going Wilson. Half PPR need 1 Brandon Cooks, Rashad Bateman, Drake, Cooks, Hunter, Patterson. Should I start Jeff Wilson? Wilson is the answer to that one. Jeff Wilson. I'm just excited for these fucking games to start. The Ravens are holding out on JK. I hate these like Twitter accounts that I follow that are like they have basically Internet Explorer. You know those memes from back in the day? Now, I was a child like when these memes were popular, but the memes of like, does this guy have Internet Explorer? Like those memes, because the internet's so slow. That's basically my brain is slow right now. Jesus. All right, guys. Dolphins game starts at 15 minutes, baby. Let's go. Standard Henderson, ETN, DK, Samuel, RB2, and flex. Henderson for sure. Mortal lock of the century. Lock my boy Henderson in. And then we're gonna go with Curtis, Henderson, DK. Henderson. So you need Henderson, DK, and Samuel. Rock out with my cock out, baby. Henderson, DK, Curtis, Samuel. Montgomery or Hunt Robinson. Let's go with Hunt, Ertz, or Higbee. Ertz. Deontay Johnson or Lamb. Deontay Johnson. DYI or DYL. Thank you for the donation. Dolphins taking the L, of course not. Half PPR, 3 wide receivers, 2 running backs, 1 flex. Damian Harris, Bryce Hall, that's the TikToker, Brees Hall, Singletary, Elijah Moore, Mooney, Peoples Jones, Shepard, Campbell, Teddy Campbell, Aaron Jones, RB1, need 1 running back, 3 wide receivers, and a flex. I got you, fam. We're going to go with you need 1 running back. Out of those running backs, I would go with Singletary. You need 3 receivers, so we're going to go Mooney. We're going to go Campbell, and we're going to go Moore. And then your flex, we're going to flex Breece Hall. So you're going to go Breece Hall, Singletary, Mooney, Campbell, Moore. Is that correct? Yes, that's correct. There we go. So again, Breece Hall, Singletary, Mooney, Moore, Campbell. Thank you for the donation. Next question. Flex PPR at flex Elijah Moore or Miles Sanders? Miles Sanders clears Elijah Moore. I know I just answered Elijah Moore as one of those answers, but I'm not super confident in him personally. So we're going to go with the guys that I said. One of them. Yeah, so we're going to go Sanders for show. Faux show, Sanders. Thank you again for the donation. A lot of Hankins. Because you remind me of my grandson. I remind you of your grandson? That's awesome. Man, that's funny. Is your grandson also very loud? I think I'm kind of a loud person. Actually, on camera, I'm a loud person. I think in real life, I'm not very loud at all. Unless I'm watching football, then I get very angry. But just like normal me chilling out on a normal day, I don't think I'm that angry of a person or that loud of a person. 365. Damn, she fine. Elijah Moore, Ayuk, or Robert Woods? I'm going with Ayuk. Cooks or Deontay? We're going Cooks. You're the GOAT, brother. No, you guys are the GOAT, man. Make sure you guys all hit that like button. Ayuk, Robinson, Dotson, Cooper, Robinson. Make sure you guys hit that like button. And make sure if you're new to the channel to hit the subscribe button. If you're new to Stochastic Fantasy Football or to Notorious Fantasy, that's on 2 channels at once. So I stream on the Stochastic Fantasy Football channel. If you're not subscribed, we stream Tuesday through Friday at 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. And then I stream Thursday night answering questions and Sunday night Sunday before the games answering questions on both Notorious and Stochastic Fantasy. So if you want all of my content, if you just like me, you're like, wow, this Nick guy's fucking awesome, which I would agree with. You should be subscribed to both channels. All the streams are fun. All the videos I do, hopefully you guys enjoy them. A lot of them take a while for me to make, so it really does mean a lot when you guys hit the like button and you comment on the stuff. It really helps the videos out a ton, and it helps me out a lot. So I really appreciate you guys. I love all you guys. It's crazy that this is my job, right? I just sit here and talk to you guys. You guys are all my friends. DJ Nick, ETN, or James Robinson. We're going with ETN. Fuck, dude, it's so tough. No, we're going Robinson. I flip-flopped on that. We're going Robinson. This Nick guy's fucking awesome. I agree. Should I trade Kupp and Swift for Devontae and Barkley? I wouldn't. I would keep Kupp and Swift. Start 2 full PPR. Zeke, ETN, Chase Edmonds, Miles Sanders, and Jamal Williams. Let's go with Edmonds and Sanders. And after the stream, Spock, if you can, email me. My email is on Notorious Fantasy by Stochastic. It's just notoriousfantasy@gmail.com. And send me your phone number, because I want your phone number. Unless you think that's weird to give some random guy on YouTube your phone number, which could be true, to be honest with you. But give me your number and I'll text you. Robinson or Thielen? I'm going Thielen. Same with you, Ron. Give me your number. Darnell Mooney or Robert Woods? Darnell Mooney. I'm not the best at answering like DMs on Twitter and stuff, but I always answer if you text me. Pretty good at text. Pretty good at text. Yeah, shut up, AC, okay? Darnell Mooney or Robert Woods? Mooney. Is DJ Chark sit or start? If you need him, start him. I like him a decent amount. Patriots or Broncos? Broncos. Flex, Chark, Ayuk, or Samuel. Full PPR, Jeff Wilson or Thielen, Sutton or Lamb, Sutton. Hunt or ETN? Hunt. Play Hunt and Chubb. Then you'll have Chunt in your line. Or Cunt if you want. DK or Mike? Let's go Mike. Devontae Smith. Oh, did I miss a donation? Oh, Lord. Oh, Lord, have I missed a donation? I don't think I have. I think I've answered every donation. Evans or Kirk? I'm going with Kirk. Is Higgins playing? Yes. You're the man, bro. You've kept me on top of all my leagues. That's awesome. You know what's crazy? In my leagues, I just keep getting fucking fisted every single year. Everyone just listens to my videos. It makes it very difficult to succeed when everyone knows what you're going to be doing. It's truly a tough scene out here when everyone knows exactly what you're going to do. But hey, I don't complain, even though I just did. I'm not a complainer. I'll never complain. Got one more lineup to set here. Answer all these questions. Lamb or Bateman? Pick one. We're gonna go with Lamb over Bateman. Look, I don't like Bateman's matchup against the Dolphins. Alvin Kamara diagnosed with fractural rib cartilage. That does not sound good, guys. Does not sound good. So anyone if Ingram's available in your league and you have Kamara, pick Ingram up right now. Rock, Singletary, sorry for yelling. Singletary, Olave, Zay Jones, or Perry Campbell at the flex. I'm a stick with Singletary this week. I like his matchup up against the Titans. I think he could have a fantastic showing. So we are going to go with him. We're going to go with him. Throwing Ingram in all my lineups blindly. It's Ingram season, baby. Singletary, so we're going to go Singletary. It's Naji or Sanders? Sanders. Need a RB2, ETN, or Jeff Wilson? We're going to go with Jeff Wilson. I have to play Winston in one of my leagues. Tough look, but it is what it is. It is what it is. I got to put one more lineup in here. Pick one. Singletary, ETN, Mark Ingram. Ingram, MT or Sutton, MT. Cooper, Drake, Lockett. I'm going Cooper. T. Higgins or Jacobs, Higgins. Bateman or Gordon. I'm going to go with Bateman. Taysom Hill or Schultz, Schultz. Taysom Hill or Knox, Knox. Drake London. Kenny Drake, a fine flex. Yeah, I think it's fine flex. I need a Kyler lineup. Here. Taysom Hill or Knox, Knox. Hines or ETN, ETN. Darnell Mooney or Landry, I'd go Darnell Mooney. Is Paris Campbell a smart pickup? Yes. Morning, brother. Full PPR start 2. A-Rob, ETN, Michael Thomas, Kareem Hunt. Let's go Michael Thomas and Kareem Hunt. Hollywood or Gabe, Hollywood. Zach Moss, Pickens, Campbell, Dotson, and Campbell. Wentz or Lance, Wentz. No, I'd go Lance. Should I trade away Mike Evans and Rashad Penny for Christian McCaffrey? I would do that. Damian Harris or London. What's up, David? Let's go with London. Full PPR, Dylan or Edmonds. Let's go with Dylan. Edmonds or Drake. Edmonds. Devontae Smith or Curtis Samuel. I would go with Devontae Smith. Cooper or Bateman. I would go with Bateman. Smith or London. Smith. I'm a fucking absolute. I saw this TikTok. This guy calls himself an academic weapon because he just goes to school at this next level. He's an academic weapon. I'm a fantasy football weapon. All right, last lineup. We're going balls to the wall here. All right, we are going to be heading out relatively soon here. I want to make sure that I get all the questions answered here, but I do still have to edit my own lineups too while I talk to you guys, which does obviously inhibit my answering abilities. Albert Aquabonum. Al Henderson. Would you drop Treylon Burks for Ingram? Yeah, Dad. Evans or Lamb? I'm going Evans. Cordell Patterson or DJ Moore? I'm going with Patterson. And then Brandon Cooks or Henderson? I'm going with Henderson. Yellow. But yeah, my dad's team. I've seen his team. His team is fine. He Burks is not needed on his roster. He needs Ingram. Brady, Tua, or Winston? Go with Tua. I mean, go with Brady. Sorry. Go Brady. All right, let me confirm that all my lineups are looking good here. Thanks again, Nick. Top tier fantasy insight. Thank you, brother. CPAT over Dylan. Yes, I would start CPAT over Dylan. St. Brown, Moore, Johnson. I'm going with St. Brown. Connor, Chubb, Henderson. I'm going with Chubb and Connor. Madison, Brees, or Dubes. I'd go with Brees. Hard to believe Antonio Gibson rose so quickly. Yeah, I know. Edmonds or Jeff Wilson. Let's go with Edmonds. Jordan Flores says, I have Cup, but also have Michael Thomas. Oh, fuck the Lions, lock in 2 minutes. Robbie Anderson, Jalen Waddle, Curtis Samuel, Cortland Sutton, CeeDee Lamb. Who do I start? Great question. So you're playing Cup, you're going to play Michael Thomas, and you're going to play Jalen. I'd go Cup, Thomas, Cortland Sutton would be my answer. And if you need a fourth, the fourth is Waddle. So Cup, Thomas, Cortland Sutton, and Waddle if you need 4 in that order. So Cup, MT, Robbie. Oh, no, not Robbie. Cup, MT, Sutton, Waddle in that order. And then final question here. I'm going to answer this donation. I'm getting off stream. Wentz or Brady? I have Evans and McLaurin. I'm going Brady. I'm playing Brady this week. So thank you guys all for watching today's stream. I greatly appreciate you. I love all you guys. Higbee or Schultz, Higbee. Darnell Mooney or DJ Chark or Smith, Mooney. If Ingram was available, him or Jeff Wilson, him. Sutton or Metcalf, Sutton. I love all you guys so much. Half PPR, who do I start? DJ Moore, Michael Thomas, Drake, or Bateman? I'm going with Thomas. Thank you guys all for watching. I love you guys so much. Thank you for donating. It means the world to me. Please hit the like button on the way out. Have a great rest of your guys' day. I do love you guys all. As always, guys. Good boy. Fuck. I forgot to hit the end stream button, guys. Where's the button? Where's the button, guys? Did we accidentally remove it? No, here it is.